Welcome to another review on behalf of Aussie Gamers Express. I am Chaser. Today we'll be looking at Good Robot. Now the best way I can describe Good Robot is to suggest that you imagine that if Gradius and Metroid had a baby. And you would think, Gradius, Metroid, in one. This is going to be amazing. Well, look, I'm sorry to say that this didn't live up to my expectations. Now this does get points for being an instant action game. You open the game, you press start, okay, you're in the controls. That's it, you're done, you're in. However, it doesn't really seem to progress past that. You have to figure out everything for yourself, which is fine, but there's no motivation. Like, what's my objective? Fly around and shoot shit? Okay, I can do that, but why should I do it in this game? I haven't yet really found a reason to continue playing. Now let's have a look at the graphics. The graphics are quite good. The background's nice. The lighting on the line of sight is excellent, especially how it rebounds and bounces. I think that's phenomenal. That's a fantastic attribute. The ship styles are a bit basic, but look at the colors. They clearly identify what's a medium risk, what's a high risk, and where your ship is. There's also a number of power-ups that you can get where you've got to sort of take your hands off the control if you're using the computer to hit enter to have a look at. I think that's a bit disorienting. I don't like that part at all. Now while we're on the subject of control, I did try and play this with my 360 controller, but for whatever reason it didn't pick it up. Ultimately, the keyboard and mouse control is still enough, but I'm not really having much fun. Moving up and down with your left hand side, that's pretty easy. Shooting around with the mouse, yep, that's pretty easy. But having to break my handhold when I want to pick up an object or use a shop is really disorientating. I don't like that. Now the shops are these colourful boxes that are around. You enter them, you get a bunch of text on the screen. I'm really disappointed with this shop. Like, why aren't there like pictures of missiles or waves or afterburners and stuff? Things that will make me go, oh, afterburners, I need speed, this is what I need. And the explanations for what each object does is kind of this tongue-in-cheek, smart-ass, corporate, lingo, which doesn't really help me as the user go, well shit, I need some more speed, I'm going to get speed. How much is this upgrade going to do? Is it going to increase it by 2.1%? Is it going to increase it by 0.1%? What is this actually doing for me? I'm not seeing it, it's not obvious, I don't like it. Now let's talk about the world that we're in. Now there's nothing wrong with this style of thing, it worked excellent for Metroid. You go through the tunnels, you go on these different areas you can explore at once, and you constantly have to dovetail to come back to figure things out. But with this game, it just seems like a mess. There's no actual direction. You've got these doors with these different color codings, but they're not really explained, they're not really touched on to say this is the direction you need to go. I just keep going into ones with red, and hopefully there's a big bad guy in there I can shoot and I can move on. The music score is not fantastic. The sound is reasonably primitive. There's nothing that I haven't heard before. Now we're coming from the Atari age where you've got Asteroids, which is a very similar design, and you've got the old pew pew, but there's not that much in terms of explosion noises, rocket noises, all that sort of stuff that really impressed me. Now I haven't encountered a great deal of this game so far, so I'm not going to get that exposure, but at the moment I don't really mind missing out. I don't believe it's going to eventuate to that. Now this is it for me on this game. I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to put this one down. I'm just not impressed, I'm not interested, there's no immersion, I don't care. I'm quite happy to pick up my old Nintendo cartridges and play Gradius or play Metroid, but I am not playing this one any further. Good Robot. 1 out of 10 stock explosions.